Okay, fight fans joining us now. This man has an important job ahead of him. He has the opportunity to give Jake Paul his first loss, Mr. Hasim Rahman Jr.
What's up, brother?
What's up? What's up? Thank you guys for having me.
Well, thanks for joining us. Listen, I mean, a lot to talk about. First off, I actually want to go back to when you got the call to get the opportunity to fight Jake Paul. Obviously, Tommy Fury was the opponent. Did you know beforehand that you were, I guess, a alternate if that fight couldn't happen? Or did you get the call after it was certain that Tommy wouldn't be able to come?
Man, y'all not strangers to this boxing game. Y'all know how they like to play. I mean, exactly. I watch y'all all the time.
Thank you.
Very knowledgeable. Much respect over there, man, for real. But they called me and they wanted to know what my weight was and how much I had been sparring and how I was feeling about my last fight and all this and all that. And they dressed it up as if they were calling me in to spar Jake for Anderson Silva because they needed a southpaw. Right. They took that information that I gave them, and then an hour later, not even an hour later, I'm getting a call from my managers saying that they want to fight. So it was one of those bait and switch things where they baited me in for all the information they could get, and then they switched it. And,
did they get it off? Was that smart? Was it a smart move?
Absolutely not. Not on their part. I think that they believe that they have the advantage because of the weight. Yeah. And because you don't see Shakur Stevenson calling out Jamal Charlo to come down to 140. I mean 130. You don't see a 130 pounder calling out a 154 pounder to come fight them. That sounds crazy, right?
Right. So what I want to know is, Hasim, did you tell them the real weight, or did you hold back a little bit?
No, I did not tell them. Why would I tell them anything real?
Exactly.
I didn't tell them.
Exactly. Because even if you were sparring them, you still like, I'm about 210.
Yeah, exactly. I tell them I'm gonna tell them what they want to hear. But what's real is you know what I'm saying, is really gonna be what's seen on August 6th. That's what's real.
Let me get your opinion on this. There was a UFC press conference in Long Island recently, and they asked Dana White about the fight with you and Jake, and he said, that's the guy that James Morrison just knocked out. Of course they went after a guy that was just knocked out. Well, what's your take on UFC president not really knowing anything about you, but just basing it off of your last fight?
First of all, I wasn't knocked out. I got stopped.
Right.
I got stopped. That fight was stopped. I was on my feet. And Dana White could put anybody in there with me. Francis, whatever his name is, Ngannou, John Jones, the retired dude, Rashad Couture, whoever he want, he put him in there with me and I would destroy him. He knows that. So he not gonna put none of his fighters in there with me. So I really don't have, I don't put much weight on what he said. He don't want his fighters fighting boxers anyway. And I get in the cage with these guys too. I'm a real fighter. I'm a real fighter. I fight for real. So however Dana White want to do it, we can do it. It's whatever. I don't appreciate. He don't even know me. He's speaking on me like I'm just some type of just fighter that just he just got knocked out. Dana White will get slapped in his mouth. He come around talking crazy to me or talking crazy about me. We do this. You respect warriors, and he respect everybody else in the sport, and I respect everybody over there. But you don't just treat me like I'm just some peon, and that's crazy. And he would never ever talk to me like that in my face. And when it gets to the face, he's it's nice to meet you, champ, and this, that, and the other. Like it's all fake, and he's one of the fakest people in combat sports. So I'm actually glad that Jake Paul has been exposing him as far as how fake he is in the combat sports world.
Okay. Oh, listen, you mentioned something at the press conference at Madison Square Garden about followers on Instagram. Did Jake Paul buy you followers?
Yes.
Wow. Did he discuss that with you first, or he just brought it out?
Wow. No.
About how many?
I was asked to change my handle. They asked me to change my handle so we could promote the fight. I changed my handle from Junior to Hasim Rahman Jr. And then all of a sudden I'm getting 100 followers a minute. and then I'm looking at the accounts, and it's like, I'm like, wait, what's going on? And then I put it together. I'm like, oh, see this thing with Jake Paul is he competes for a completely different audience than I compete for. I don't compete for the audience that comes to see me and wants to see how many followers I have. The follower count doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me. It matters to him because that's how people see him as fighting someone that's legitimate. They look at the follower count for, well, how many followers this person has. So Jake didn't want to come off, I'm fighting this guy. I had 5,000 followers before I started this fight. He's like, I don't want my people, all the people that I'm gonna be sending over there, I don't want them to see I'm fighting somebody with only 5,000 followers because it won't seem like a legit fight. But like I said, the follower count don't matter. Thank you, Jake. Thank you for buying the followers. I appreciate it.
I mean, from a business standpoint, though, do you understand, though? From a business standpoint, does it make sense to you?
I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense, but that's not my business. I'm not in the business of buying followers, or I'm not in this for clout or anything of the such. I'm here to win a world title. That's why I started boxing. That's why I compete. That's why I put in the road work. That's why I'm here at the gym right now. I do this to put my life on the line to be crowned world champion because I believe that my skill set is one of the best in the world.
Amen. All right. So, is there a rematch clause in this contract that you're aware of? No.
Nope, there's not.
Wow.
Is there any stipulation regarding your weight, right? To my understanding, you have to get down to 200 pounds. If you're not 200 the day of the weigh-in, what's the stipulation in the contract?
I was talking about that earlier, and I can't talk about it.
Okay, you can't touch on that now. Gotcha. So there's nothing out there.
Now, Barack, y'all can put together what that
means. Yeah. Okay.
Y'all can put together what that means.
Yeah. There has to be something because basically you could just say, you know what? I'm just gonna come in 210, and what you gonna do? Not fight me? You'd call it off at the last second. So I'm pretty sure there's a stipulation.
All right. So DAZN has a new boxing series called DAZN X, and it's for, I guess, YouTubers, entertainers, celebrities to fight. KSI's been on in the past on DAZN before. He got a fight coming up against Wasabi. So there's some information out there that he refused to spar with you. Can you touch a little bit on that?
It was my uncle, Muslim Kasim, the Muslim boxer. He was boxing with KSI, and I had asked, like, yo, let me get in there with y'all. Let me go. Let me get some work too. Nah, you too big. He said you too big. So I don't know if KSI said that or his team said that or whatever, but apparently I was big. They basically they didn't want to work where, where I'm from, ain't no weight classes in the gym. Mm-hmm. I'm in there boxing Big Baby Miller, 300 pounds, 6'4", 6'5", 300 pounds. Like, come on, man. It's the gym. It's just it's literally gym sparring, and these guys from
all fight in the gym. It's just all fighters.
Yeah, Steve, with these guys coming from on the YouTube platform, they look at these sparring sessions as fights because they don't have an amateur background. They don't have an amateur career. So they're looking at these sparring sessions really like fights. Like these are real fights. And that's the difference between pros and these.
So how did your sparring session go with Jake Paul? He said one interview that you got the better of.
Yeah, but Jake's a liar. He's a fraud. He's a phony. He'll sit there in one interview and say that I got the better of him, and then he'll go to the press conference and say he beat me up. So which one is it?
Well, I mean,
he's a phony, man. He's a phony.
We would figure, especially at that time, that you got the better of him. I want to know your opinion on something real quick before we get out of here. Ryan Garcia just had a fight the other day. He just won against Javier Fortuna, and he's calling out Gervonta Davis. How do you think a fight like that plays out between those two?
Good night, Ryan.
So he didn't impress you at all Saturday?
I think Tank is too fast, too strong, too smart for Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia, I don't think that he can. I think that he'll do good early, which a lot of Tank's opponents do good early. But I think Tank has that ultimate equalizer. And
wait, ain't you from DC? You from the DC area?
I'm from Baltimore.
Oh, all right. Oh, that's
why. Me and Tank, we train at the same gym. When I'm home, I train at Upton, just like Tank training at Upton.
No, but outside of that, Hasim, like, if you did see Ryan's fight, were you impressed with his performance? What was your take on the fight?
I mean, I was impressed with his performance. I mean, it was a knockout performance. He dominated the fight. But like I said, that for Javier Frontier is no Tank Davis. Right. It is not out of the realms for people to get excited over after a knockout victory like that. But right. I don't think that Ryan Garcia is ready for a Tank, nor do I think he ever will be.
What about him faring against the other guys like Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez, those guys and those?
I don't think anybody can beat Devin Haney. I think Devin Haney,
not even Tank.
I think that between Tank, Devin, and Shakur, those are the top three guys. Everybody else, Lomachenko, Kambosos, Teofimo. I think all those guys are below them, and I think the wild card in that is Regis Progrerius, and that's around the 140, 135 area. But it will be a long time before we see Devin Haney lose in the boxing ring. That's just my personal opinion.
All right, listen, we'll be front center at the Garden, man, with your fight against Jake Paul. Good luck, and thanks for taking the time, bro.
Thank you, I appreciate it. I just want to say this fight is for all the Muslims out there. Takbir, and we're gonna get it done.
Nice. All right, brother. Thank you.